just was so...
What are you afraid of with this box? Talk to me.
I didn't know what it was at all, and then I saw it on TV, and it was this guy who said he was somewhere and he had been scratched and attacked and all kinds of things, and they were using one of these, and his name was Carl, and you can clearly hear it. Like, it's not one where you're like, oh, maybe I can understand it. You clearly hear it, and it's like, hey, Carl.
Right past that light. Yes, it was to the right. It looked like two legs. To the right of that light, up a little bit further. Looked like two legs.
That door just got blacked out. Right there.
So something followed us up the stairwell, maybe?
Can you make a noise?
I'm really surprised that you were on board with this idea.
It's a cool idea. I don't think it's ever been done before that I've seen anywhere.
Yeah.
We're here, Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, as you can see behind us. And we basically came up with this idea, and Jonathan enhanced this idea dramatically by doing a social experiment. What happens if you take a regular, ordinary paranormal fan, pluck them from their everyday life, and put them inside of a remarkable, magnificent location like this, and let them investigate based on what they've seen on TV. We call it the TV Trained Investigator. We're going to find out tonight, March 2nd, 2013, with some awesome investigators we've got here with us.
Yep, it's going to be great because we're going to take this paranormal television show fan, put her in a location to try and do what she's seen on TV, and then she's going to get to compare what she's learned to real investigators, seasoned investigators, and see how it compares and see what her thoughts are afterwards and if it's what she thought it would be from TV.
Hi, I'm Kayla Shrout. I'm from Morgantown, West Virginia, which is 45 minutes away from Weston, where Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is. I'm a junior at WVU studying business management. I don't really have a favorite ghost show. I've seen Ghost Adventures and Celebrity Ghost Stories and a few other little things like that, fact or fiction. The Ghost Adventures, guys, they're kind of crazy. I definitely wouldn't antagonize anybody. I don't really have a favorite per se. Anything really kind of interests me all around in general. I've actually been here before. I don't know a whole lot about the history, other than the fact that it's really creepy. It's a very big building. I've heard a couple stories from people that work here that have been here before. I'm anxious to find out more here tonight. I'm really excited to try to see if what I've seen on TV is how it would actually play out in a real-life paranormal investigation.
My name is Steve Rogers.
I'm Shawn McMahon.
We're both from Toledo, Ohio. We are both the hosts of Into the Dark Radio. It is a paranormal podcast that we've been doing now for, about 3.5 years now?
Yeah, I'd say just about.
It's intothedarkradio.net. I've been investigating the paranormal for about 8 or 9 years now. I've been on 2 different teams in the Toledo, Ohio area. I've also was the founder of Lake Erie Paranormal in Toledo, Ohio. Shawn?
I've been investigating going on 3.5 years now. Got into the paranormal due to some personal issues, and then I met up with Steve here and got on Lake Erie Paranormal and then got on the radio show.
We were invited to this event by our good friends from Adventuremyths, Frank and Jonathan. We're very, very excited to be working with some of these other respected paranormal investigators that are involved in the paranormal community.
I think Trans-Allegheny has been one of our most, I'd say,
It's been on our bucket list
yeah,
for quite some time.
definitely been on our bucket list of investigations, and
Absolutely.
thanks to Adventuremyths for inviting us along and letting us be a part of this experiment.
I'm Chris Wingard,
And I'm Dana Wingard.
and we're with Northeastern Paranormal Investigations. We're here with Adventuremyths on this fine evening, getting ready to investigate the asylum, and we're totally stoked about it.
This is our first time at Trans-Allegheny. We've been investigating for 10 years, and we can't wait to see what kind of results we get.
Taylor, the case manager with Prismed. This is my husband, Jim Jones, who is the founder of Prismed out of Catonsville, Maryland.
Hi, I'm Jim Jones, I'm the founder and chief investigator of the Paranormal Research and Investigation Society of Maryland. We're here to take and investigate the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. We're here with a number of groups along with Adventuremyths. Thanks to those guys for allowing us to be part of this social experiment. Hopefully we can get in here and try to show what we've been working on for many years, trying to find out what's going on.
I'm anxious to do the Civil War wing, being a history buff. I'm kind of excited to get down there and see what kind of EVPs I might be able to catch down there.
Hi, you must be Kayla.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Kayla. My name's Steve Rogers. I'm from In the Dark Radio out of Toledo, Ohio. Basically, what I want to start off by asking you, how are you feeling about tonight's experiment?
I'm nervous. I'm excited.
Nervous and excited? Well, I'm looking forward to working with you. Adventuremyths asked me to be your host tonight. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be following you along throughout Trans-Allegheny here tonight. And I'm going to be asking how you're feeling. I want to hear if you're scared, nervous, excited. I'm also going to be there to answer any questions you may have about the equipment that you're using. Been investigating the paranormal for about 8 or 9 years now, so I got a few investigations underneath my belt, and I'm looking forward to working with you tonight. So how you doing, Kayla? You ready for tonight?
Yeah.
I know I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. The other investigators that Adventuremyths invited were kind enough to donate some of their own personal equipment for you to use on your investigation portion tonight. I want to ask you, are you familiar with any of the pieces of equipment that are in front of you here?
No, everything looks really different than it does on TV. I know this is a recorder,
Okay.
but that's really it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Select 3 or 4 pieces that you find interesting. It doesn't have to be for any particular reason at all. If you think it's going to look cool for flashing, or if you think
Okay.
you might have seen it on TV, feel free to select it and we'll go ahead and use it for the investigation part tonight, okay?
Okay. This looks like a clock.
You got everything?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, what we're going to do next, we're going to go talk with Copperhead.
Okay.
He's going to take it from there, and he's going to show us where to go from there.
Okay.
All right?
We're getting ready to take Kayla into the museum room with Copperhead. Copperhead is going to share a story with her, one of the most heinous acts that occurred here at Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. What we want to do is show that when you hear a story of a murder or a killing or a really nasty ghost story, before you go into the environment, that perception-wise, especially someone like her who is entertained by the paranormal, it will really affect everything that you see, you hear, all your senses will be electrified. And then we're going to take her to an area where she doesn't hear anything, no stories at all, and compare the two. So let's go check it out.
Kayla, this is Copperhead. Copperhead, this is Kayla. Copperhead's one of the assistant managers of the ghost hunts at Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. He's also a tour guide. So what Copperhead's going to do now is he's going to tell you where we're going to be going and what to expect.
Okay.
All right?
Alright, this section here, you're gonna go down wards A, D, and I believe the last one is G. A and D were, at the end of the operation, were a forensics ward.
Okay.
That's where they housed the worst of the worst. criminally insane. Down through Ward A, I have actually had my hair grabbed hard enough and pulled that I thought one of the guys was hiding in the room, and it spun me around. I had my flashlight, I'm whirling around, and there's nobody there. Down on Ward D, there have been voices. You'll hear people talking at one end, you walk down there, nobody's there. We've had also an apparition was seen walking with another person, but the other person didn't see it there, only the person that turned around and looked. We have one down at the end of D, there's a bathroom. He can get really interesting.
As in?
He gets a little bit perturbed when I go in there. He's holding someone in that room with him. Then when you go through the ward door, you'll go down, you'll see a cage door, you go to the next door, take a right, follow it down. There's a long hallway here, there's a long hallway here. Down just before the door in the long hallway, there's a room on the left. In that room, there has been a figure seen going back and forth, just pacing like he doesn't want you there. Almost every guide here does not like the sections you're getting ready to go into.
Oh, yay.
So I'm going to leave you with that. There has been seen apparitions down in that big room also.
Okay.
A lady thought she had somebody walk up behind her, turned around, there was a nurse. And when she turned around, the nurse was right here. So that's where you're getting ready to go.
Okay.
I hope it's very interesting for you.
Yeah, me too.
Well, with that, I guess I'll lead you down to where we're headed.
Thank you very much, Copperhead.
This is the long hallway I was telling you about. Down here, just before this doorway you see in front of you on the left, there is a dorm area. Yeah, that's where we've seen the shadow figure and the apparition down in there.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave you with it. You guys, good luck.
Thank you very much, Copperhead.
See you in a little while.
Thank you. You ready?
Are there any patients that died here that spirits are still present? Is there anybody here that wants to communicate? Were you admitted here? Were you a nurse here? Are you male, female, adult, child? I turn this on. I'm gonna set it in the windowsill. If it is blue, it is for cold, and if it is red, it's for hot. Okay, so
I remember correctly, I think Adventuremyths told us it needs a few minutes
Yeah,
to,
to warm up.
to warm up and calibrate itself.
Anybody that died in this area?
Oh, we got a hit.
You see that?
Okay, since you're on, you're on. You got communication, so go with it. Something's here.
Someone help me.
Keep asking the question.
Are you male? Male? Female?
How that thing works is, depending upon which way it lights, is which way the
Also, it walked
the
to
energy.
me.
Yes, it walked towards you.
Okay.
So when you see it light up like that, what was it? Oh God, what are you trying to do? Give her a corner? It's like demons growling now.
I'm gonna throw up.
You're doing great.
Yes, you are.
Hey, if we cannot do this.
You know, honestly, you probably did do it better than I did on my first investigation.
Well, I just so.
What are you afraid of with this box? Talk to me.
I didn't know what it was at all, and then I saw it on TV, and it was this guy who said he was somewhere and he had been scratched and attacked and all kinds of things, and they were using one of these, and his name was Carl, and you can clearly hear it. Like, it's not one where you're like, oh, maybe I can understand it. You clearly hear it, and it's like, hey, Carl, and I'm like, no. I don't know. That creeped me out, because that's the only time I've ever seen it used.
It's loud. Maybe the lower volume.
I'm good with that.
I also don't like that I know right away. Like the recorder, you don't know till later. This I'm gonna hear while I'm here.
Ready?
Yeah.
So every time I have my hand over this, like you ask a question, I give it 10, 15 seconds. Obviously it's a lot louder.
Yeah.
If you don't hear anything, cover it up again.
Okay.
And then I like you ask a new question.
Like, should I just ask if there is anyone, or
You can ask anything you
start
want.
out as a patient, or?
Anything you want.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Is there anybody here with us right now? That was a yeah. That was a girl yeah.
Is that your yeah?
Yeah. Oh, God, throw up. That was creepy.
You gotta keep in mind that even though it's going at a high rate of speed, there's always a chance you're gonna be hearing radio station, DJs, and whatnot. The thing that I like looking for is that loud overtone, loud audible voice coming through. But if you think you heard a female, say yes when you said, is there anybody here?
Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead and continue asking questions, kind of maybe related to a female.
Okay. Were you a nurse here?
Oh,
Yeah, I heard that sound like footsteps.
oh.
Yeah, I heard that sound like footsteps.
Come on, Kayla. This is what we do. There's a long hallway down to here. I can only see through this viewfinder. It's so dark.
Is there anybody down this hallway?
Oh, that's where you are, okay. Man, that was awesome. You feel the air coming through here? Did you hear that? The footsteps?
Mm-mm.
You didn't
No,
hear it?
No, but my chest hurts.
What's the matter?
I don't know. I feel like I can't breathe.
Do you want to take the camera thing off?
Kind of like the
Is
whole
it
thing.
is it nerves?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, understand that as long as we've been doing this, all four of us, we've never had anything attack us, scratch us, bite us, nothing.
Okay.
So if that's what you're feeling right now, is that anxiety of something attacking you, it's not going to happen. Regardless of what you see on TV, it doesn't happen.
Okay.
Just remain calm and relaxed. The idea is to stay relaxed, because the more your adrenaline takes over and the more nervous you get, that's when perception kicks in, fear kicks in, and people get hurt. The idea for us as investigators is to stay as calm as we possibly can, investigate what we just heard, and try to figure out what it was. Maybe it's a natural cause. Maybe it's the air coming through here blowing something across the floor. The idea is not to panic. There you go. And just take it off. And Shawn, do you mind holding on to that? Yeah. There you go.
To add what Frank was talking about, if ghost spirits are real, like you said on TV, you see people flipping out. If you were a spirit, why would you want to communicate with somebody that's flipping out? When you're asking for some sort of
Hey,
interaction,
talk to me. No, never mind.
and then when you get the interaction, you start flipping out and yelling and screaming. All that's going to do is just drive whatever you may have been contacting away.
Which would you prefer to do, Kayla?
I don't care.
Do you have a vote over there, Jonathan?
I'm fine either way. I like the shack hack because it's audible on video, so it's like real time.
It's a little bit more instant.
I hear footsteps coming.
Mm-hmm.
Just documenting that it could be somebody. I hear that you like dirty jokes. You want to hear a dirty joke? There once was a man from Nantucket.
That's a limerick. Do you want to talk to us? Did anybody hurt you here?
None.
Yeah.
Did you get electric shock therapy for being bad? Did you like electric shock therapy? No.
What did you do to get put in here?
Did they do experiments on you? What?
That sounded interesting.
I'd say lots.
What kind of experiments did they do? Well, I'll be there. It was. Dean, is that right?
Yes.
If you're here with us, can you go towards the middle of the floor? Thank you.
Oh, wow.
It's jumping.
You like playing with the toys there?
I promise we won't tell anybody you touched the doll.
We won't tell anybody.
Do you like the doll? I would say yes.
Nice.
You can touch as much as you want.
It's fine if you want to touch the doll.
I don't know, the night there was an activity. Cold, definitely cold. A few creepy things, some noises and movement. It definitely almost seems boring, because on TV and stuff, like, you know, they recap everything in 30 minutes instead of all night, everything that's going on. So it almost seems like you're not getting anything, like nothing's actually going on. So it's a lot different, like slower, more of a slow process, I guess. When the activity actually did happen, it was scary. Footsteps and the things lighting up, especially when you're close to them. And you're, I don't know, it just feels like eerie feeling. After tonight, I think I would look at paranormal shows a lot differently, because you'd have to think it was a whole night, not just, you know, everything happened in 20 minutes or whatever. So yeah, I definitely think that's going to be a change. The investigators were really cool. It's cool to see people with experience and different types of experience and things that some people like to do and other things that other people are more interested in doing or using and things like that. Based on the experiences I've had tonight, I probably would go on a ghost hunt again, just tour, things like that. It was very cool just seeing things or hearing things, just the general feeling of actually being out there and trying to communicate.
Sunday, 1:30 in the afternoon, heading back, all wrapped up from this weekend. Great investigation, great social experiment. We got to work with some really, really good people, learn some new things, but I think the best thing overall was actually seeing the TV trained investigator and what her final thoughts were.
Yeah, it actually kind of doesn't surprise me that her findings were that compared to what you see on TV, paranormal investigations is actually pretty boring. Because you think about it, it's a lot of hours in the dark, in the quiet. You don't have that background music to build suspense.
Right.
You're not constantly having stuff happening most of the time. So yeah, I could see where she was kind of discovered that it was pretty boring.
Very successful trip, good social experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think that's pretty much it. It's a wrap.
We do want to give a shout out to Kayla, though, for being our test subject for this. She did a phenomenal job. She was great to work with, so we do thank her for her help.
We thank the Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. We want to thank Neppy. We want to thank In the Dark Radio, as well as Prism. And I think that's a wrap. So it's
Wait, what?
You came running towards the footsteps.
When?
Right there just a minute ago. So you did a pretty damn good job.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You didn't hesitate to come.
Well, it's because everyone was leaving.
Oh, never mind. Okay. That's a good answer.
I'm not going to stand up.
I've begged for things to touch me and scratch me and nothing, so.
Pervert.
I am.
I'm just
What kind of
kidding.
investigator you are. Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute.
But
Okay, that's about it?
yeah.
That's no problem.
Hold on, stop. Let's take it again. I kept backing into the goddamn wall, so
Oh, gee whiz.
it's not helping.
I was going to be perfect.
I'm getting chills. That's probably just because it's freezing.
There's a window over here, it's open.
Okay.
You might want to set the voice recorder down.
If there's a nurse in here,
It's done, it's closed.
Oh, it helps a lot.
Thanks, Jim.
No problem.
Hug.
Okay, let me move to the next spot. There's a door there.
Oops.
You missed it, Frank.
Yeah, I'm getting it now.
Here, okay, so we're.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Flashlights on, John. Flashlights off.
If you want to use the flashlight so you guys can see, yeah, go ahead and do that because I don't want y'all to trip.